today will be all about Quarter 4, Module 4, which is Conservation of Mechanical Energy. Objectives for this day are: number 1, infer that the total mechanical energy remains the same during any process. Number 2, perform activities to demonstrate conservation of mechanical energy. You have learned that moving objects possess momentum. Aside from that, moving objects have energy. In general, all objects, regardless of their state of motion, either at rest or moving, possess a certain amount of energy. You are using energy when you are sitting or walking, and even when you are sleeping. Apart from that, energy can be transformed from one form to another. In such transformation, energy is said to be conserved. We will learn about this transformation in this video lesson. One form of energy is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is acquired by objects upon which work is done. This form of energy closely relates to the elementary definition of energy, which is the capacity to do work. There are two kinds of mechanical energy. Number 1 is potential energy, which is energy possessed by objects at rest, and it has two kinds. Number 1, gravitational potential energy, is the energy possessed by an object because of its location or position. For example, a book put on a table, and a car on a ramp. It is an example of gravitational potential energy because it possesses energy based on their location or position. The second type of potential energy is elastic potential energy, which is the energy stored in a stretched or compresses elastic material such as spring. Second type of mechanical energy is kinetic energy, which is the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its motion. Examples of which are a bullet in a motion, a stream of flowing water, rock falling from a cliff, and a roller coaster. As you can see, they have energy based on their motion. Let us have this picture as an example. In your screen right now is an illustration showing potential and kinetic energy. Again, potential energy is energy possessed by objects based on its position. In figure 1, it shows a man holding a soccer ball. It is an example of potential energy. The ball stored potential energy due to its position or height from the ground. On the other hand, figure 2, it shows kinetic energy. Again, kinetic energy is energy in motion. The energy associated in change of position of the ball as it drops is kinetic energy, as it is shown in the picture. When the ball is on top, it has potential energy. However, as it starts to fall, the potential energy is slowly converted to kinetic energy. When the ball touches the ground, there is no more potential energy, but instead kinetic energy. The sum of potential and kinetic energy is called total mechanical energy. Mathematically, it is expressed as ME sub T is equals to PE plus KE, where ME sub T is the total mechanical energy, and PE is the potential energy, and KE is the kinetic energy. The unit that we are going to express energy is joules, as represented by a capital J. For your activity number 1, describe the energy transformations in the given figure. The first item is done for you as an example. Number 1, you have leaping frog from potential energy to kinetic energy. For number 2, striking match. Number 3, melting of ice cream. Number 4, visible light. Number 5, moving car. And number 6, food to eat. Enjoy! For activity number 2, you're going to draw a scenario that would show mechanical energy transformations and its conservation. Go ahead! Let us watch a short video clip on the conservation of energy.
Professor Dave again. Let's learn about conservation of energy.
He knows a lot about the science stuff. Professor Dave explains.
We now know about kinetic and potential energy, and we know that these quantities can be altered as an object moves, like the way potential energy is converted into kinetic energy when an object experiences free fall towards the ground. But energy can be transformed in a variety of other ways as well, so we must learn about all the kinds of energy and how they can transform from one to another. We also must understand that while energy can change forms, the total energy of a closed system will always be conserved. That is to say, there will always be conservation of energy. As an object falls, potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, but the sum of the potential and kinetic energies of the object will be the same at every instant during the freefall. We can call this sum the mechanical energy of the system. This is more easily visualized using the simple harmonic motion of a mass spring system, which utilizes elastic potential energy. But we can also use the pendulum of a grandfather clock, which will use gravitational potential energy. At the top of the swing, the pendulum possesses its maximum potential energy and zero kinetic energy. At the very bottom of the swing, it possesses its minimum potential energy and its maximum kinetic energy. As these two forms interchange again and again and again, there is conservation of energy, and the total mechanical energy, which again is the sum of the two, is constant. This concept can be described mathematically by the following equation. If mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy, which are in turn represented by these expressions, and this value is conserved, then 1/2 mv squared initial plus mgh initial will be equal to 1/2 mv squared final plus mgh final. It shows that the sum of the kinetic and potential energies of a system, like the pendulum, will be the same at every point in its motion. This equation will be used frequently in physics when we want to assess the kinetic or potential energy of an object at a particular moment. And if we have enough information about a system, we will be able to algebraically solve for some unknown. This only works when there is no friction present, but for systems like a swinging pendulum, we can use it anyway, as the force of friction will be negligible. Once again, the label of mechanical energy is just a way of categorizing energy. It distinguishes kinetic energy of motion and gravitational or elastic potential energy from other forms of energy, which we call non-mechanical energy. This includes things like chemical energy, thermal energy, nuclear energy, electrical energy, acoustic energy, and more. These are also some kind of kinetic or potential energy, as they involve the motion of tiny vibrating particles, the energy stored in an atomic nucleus, or some other form of energy associated with either motion or storage. But they differ in nature from mechanical energy. As we said, energy can be transformed from one form to another, but it is always conserved. A car engine converts chemical energy stored in gasoline through a series of steps to eventually produce the kinetic energy that is the movement of the car. When we metabolize food, we are converting chemical energy within the food into the chemical energy in ATP, which can then be used as kinetic energy to move our bodies around. If while moving around, you decide to slap your hand down on a table, all that kinetic energy is transformed into thermal energy by heating up the table slightly, as well as acoustic energy, which is the sound we will hear. As we progress through the 21st century, we will continue to try to find more efficient ways to convert energy from natural sources, like solar and wind energy, into the energy that our civilization needs to operate all of our technology. But for now, there's much more physics to discuss, so let's check comprehension. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.
From the previous activity, you identified the point where potential energy and kinetic energy is at its highest and lowest point. You are now ready to quantify or measure the potential and kinetic energy from these points. Now, let us determine what happens to the free-falling object's kinetic and potential energy. At t is equals to 0 seconds. The object is 44.1 meters from the ground. Using the equations for potential energy, we have PE is equals to mgh is equals to 1 kilogram multiplied by 9.8 meter per second squared multiplied by 44.1 meter will give you 432.18 joules. The kinetic energy at t is equals to 0 seconds is kinetic energy is equals to 1/2 mv squared. 1/2 multiplied by 1 kilogram multiplied by 0 squared is equals to 0. The total mechanical energy at 0 seconds is TME is equals to PE plus KE. TME is equals to 432.18 plus 0 will give you TME is equals to 432.18 joules. At t is equals to 1 second, the potential energy is PE is equals to mgh, which is equals to 1 kilogram multiplied by 9.8 meter per second squared multiplied by 44.1 meter minus 4.9 meters will give you 1 kilogram multiplied by 9.8 meter per second squared multiplied by 39.2 meters. You have the answer. PE is equals to 384.16 joules. The kinetic energy is KE is equals to 1/2 mv squared is equals to 1/2 multiplied by 1 kilogram multiplied by 9.8 meter per second squared will give you KE is equals to 48.02 joules. The total mechanical energy is, you are just going to add potential energy and kinetic energy. That will give you TME is equals to 384.16 plus 48.02 joules will give you TME is equals to 432.18 joules. For your activity, complete the answers in the given table. You have there time at 0 seconds, at 1 second. You have there the height in meters, 44.1 and 39.2. You have there also velocity in meter per second. At 0 second, the velocity is 0. At 1 second, the velocity is 9.8 meter per second. You are going to find the PE or potential energy at 0 and 1 second. You are going also to find KE or the kinetic energy at 0 second and at 1 second. And at the last, you are going to find the total mechanical energy at 0 second and 1 second. Good luck! When anything is moving, it possesses kinetic energy. This energy is determined by the product of 1/2 of an object's mass and the square of its velocity, as shown in the equation here. KE is equals to 1/2 mv squared. Moving things are sometimes involved in collisions. Whenever the word collision is used, you need to immediately think of the conservation of momentum. In week 4, momentum is defined as the product of the mass and velocity of an object, as shown in this next equation. And momentum is always conserved in a collision, as long as no outside forces are acting on the system. P is equals to mv. Total energy is always conserved in a collision, but kinetic energy is not always conserved. This means that the total kinetic energy before the collision is not the same as the total energy after the collision. The following can happen when masses collide, depending on the materials colliding. The masses in the collision can bounce off each other without deforming. The masses can deform and bounce off of each other after the collision. The masses can stick together after the collision. For your activity, fill in the blank. Answer the following questions on the space provided below. Number 1. Kinetic is determined by? Number 2. Moving things are sometimes involved in? And number 3. Total energy is always conserved in a collision, but kinetic energy is? And number 4. The following can happen when masses collide, depending on the materials colliding. Good luck in answering! Let us now have the key concepts for this lesson. Mechanical energy is acquired by objects upon which work is done. Potential energy, which is energy possessed by objects at rest. Gravitational potential energy is the energy possessed by an object because of its location or position. Elastic potential energy, which is the energy stored in a stretched or compresses elastic material such as spring. Kinetic energy, which is the energy possessed by an object by virtue of its motion. The formula for potential energy is PE is equals to mgh. The formula for kinetic energy is Ke is equals to The formula for kinetic energy is Ke is equals to 1/2 mv squared. The sum of potential and kinetic energy is called the total mechanical energy, which is represented by mechanical energy, which is represented by ME sub T is equals to PE plus KE. Congratulations everyone! You did a great job! But do not forget to watch our video lesson for Module 5. Goodbye!